Okay, it looks like it's recording. I'm picking this up at question 8. Are the Victoria's Secret models still relevant to you today? Are they aspirational? It's a very good question. I have a lot of ideas about that, and I'll try to put it into words. Yes, they are extremely relevant to me today, and they are aspirational. Now, I know that a lot of women say things like, it's not realistic, most women don't weigh that, and most women don't look like that. But for me, we're talking about models, right? A model is something that you aspire to. You know, my model weight that I feel is my model weight. You know, it's just something that you may set a goal for. Doesn't mean you're not comfortable in who you are. But I mean, if people, I don't want to sound harsh, but I'm just going to be honest. If people want like models that are not fit or that are not healthy, or I don't know, to make themselves feel better, I don't think that's healthy, really. And, you know, that's not to say that you shouldn't have a plus size model who's healthy, because that's gorgeous. And I'm not saying that. I think that's also beautiful. But, I mean, it sounds to me like when I've heard women respond in my life to seeing models, you know, oftentimes they are saying, like, oh, it's so unrealistic, and why don't they show people that look like the average woman? But, I mean, we're not talking about, I don't want to be rude, but like, we're not talking about Target or Walmart, but I mean, we're talking about Victoria's Secret, and we're talking about a fantasy line, which is, you know, a fantasy. It's like, if you go on vacation, you don't want to go necessarily to like your own house in another country. You want to go to sort of Bora Bora or Mexico or someplace that's your fantasy, something that's not your everyday. And when I look at Victoria's Secret models, you know, I don't want to see the average woman on the street. I want to see a model. And the reason that they're relevant to me and aspirational is because they're not stick figures. They're not, you know, when they had those Guess or Calvin Klein models that were like sickly looking and anorexic, but that's not the Victoria's Secret model. In my mind, I mean, the Victoria's Secret model to me is beautiful. She takes care of herself, and she looks like she eats right, and she feels good about herself. She's confident, and she's healthy above all. I believe that, you know, these women are beautiful, and they, you know, they may wear a smaller size than most women, but they're healthy, and they're confident, and they're radiant from the inside as well. So, you know, I want a model of what, oops, sorry, you could look like. I think that most women can aspire to that, and whether they change their hair color or they work out more or they just feel more confident, or they buy the same style, or they take a picture to their hairdresser, or they do their makeup differently, or they just feel good about themselves. I think there's no reason for us to want models to not look good. There are so many women, and this is sad, that have a poor body image. But the reality of it is that some of them may be overweight, and some of them may be perfect weight, and some of them may be underweight, and they may still have a poor body image, because it really has to do with your mind and what you feel and your confidence and your self-esteem. And this is like obviously a topic that somebody could talk about for a long time, so I won't bore you with it. But basically, that's why the models are relevant for me, and they're aspirational, because for me, they're just, you know, showing us beauty. It's just beauty. It's beauty from the inside. It's beauty from good health. It's beauty from confidence. And there's no reason that that we should change that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, from anyone that I've heard say that about models, it's because they want to feel better about themselves. But you can't feel better about yourself from the outside. It has to come from within. And so, I think the models are very, very, very relevant for me. I love seeing the beautiful hair, the beautiful styles. When you have like a bra made out of gold and feathers, of course, these are fantasies. We want fantasy. Art imitates life, but art is not life. Art is something different because we want to see beautiful things. I do anyway. Let me see what the next question is. Sorry that was so long, but I really feel strongly about that. And I don't want to see models that are overweight or look bad just because people think, I don't know. I want something to aspire to. When I was younger, and I mean a lot younger, like in my teens, I did some modeling. And, I know that, as I've gotten older, things change. You have kids and everything. But I still feel good about myself, even on my worst hair day like today. And when it's humid and I have allergies that are puffing my eyes. But I don't feel bad about myself. Because, like I say, it comes from within. So, you have to love yourself at any age and condition. I mean, that's the secret, one of the secrets of life. Okay. Obviously, I hope this doesn't go on too long because I want to be able to send the file. Okay. See if I answered everything. Number 9, let's talk fragrances. How do you feel about the Fantasies line right now? What are they offering to you? Okay. I love the Fantasies line right now. I love the bottles, the colors, the shapes. I love the different combinations. You have flowers and fruits, and some of them smell like delectable, so I love that. I actually do like the colors of the bottles. I think it's very lovely. I love that they're at a price point where you can try a lot of them. So you can find out what's your favorite, and you can try a lot of different ones, and you don't have to feel like you're spending a lot of money. And I like that they make you feel feminine, that they're moisturizing, and they feel good. 10, why do you buy Fantasies? Value, good fragrance, convenience. My main motivation and desire is the fragrance. So, yes, that is why I buy it, because I love the fragrances. Value, like I explained, is great that you can try a lot of them because they're not too expensive. And some of that has to do with the packaging, that it's not overly made up and extravagant, which is good. And so let's see, value. For me, I'm the type of person, I don't make a huge amount of money or anything. I mean, average, but I will spend more for something I love. So I won't buy something just because it's cheap, but I will buy something because I love the scent. And I would spend more even if it were more. We'll just save up. Why do I buy Fantasies? Value, good fragrance, convenience. All of the above, but predominantly the good fragrance. 11. Would you prefer if there were an efficacy claim on the bottle, for example, lasts 12 hours? Why or why not? To be honest, that would not influence me. However, it may deter me if it said it lasted too long, like 24 hours or something, because if I put something on, it's because I'm in the mood or I want to smell good for a reason, but I get sick of things if I wear them too long and I want to switch, or I would just end up taking a shower if if it was clinging. I don't want it to be too strong. I don't want it to be overwhelming. Like, people say when you get in an elevator and all you smell is the person's perfume, or they're sitting next to you in the theater and it's just like horrendously strong. So, let's see. Oh yeah, so okay, the efficacy claim is not going to make a difference for me personally because, I don't want it to last forever. And I know that, obviously it's not going to last for a minute. I mean, I know Victoria's Secret is quality. So,